A recently released UN report on technology and innovation found that 3 years ago, just 100 companies, mostly in the United States and China, were behind 40% of the world's AI research and development. That's why the UN is focused on increasing international cooperation and shifting attention from technology to people.
And this is what the United Nations is trying to do. They say, we don't want to go through the same learning curve. We have seen it on having the internet available to everybody, having the cell phones available to everybody. Would like to make sure that we do it right this time, and it's going to be available faster than the previous technologies.
But can developing nations afford to invest in AI? A UN advisory group is calling on governments and major tech companies to contribute to a global AI fund that would not only provide access to AI models, but also to computing power and training programs.
It's a great concept, right? Because in the US market, the Wall Street is mostly focusing on the AI-related expenditure of the top tech companies these days. So for the global AI story, it's also a story about AI financing. How can emerging markets, poor countries afford the investment for AI in order to not to be left behind.
The UN believes AI can help both developed and developing nations create greater efficiency in everything from healthcare to agriculture. San Jose State University professor Ahmad Banafa says it can also transform business.
If I want to start a business, I don't have to go through 25,000 pieces of paper there. We can do that one with the AI, and the AI can help me. And after I start my business, artificial intelligence can help me reach the customers. So the whole cycle of helping small businesses, medium businesses, nonprofit organizations, individual citizens of those countries, there is a way for them to get out of poverty and improve the economy of the countries.
There's often the perception that the AI race is merely a competition between the U.S. and China, and that it will only benefit those two countries. But author Winston Moss says that rivalry has actually provided opportunity for developing nations to access open source, free, large language models.
Chinese tech companies have launched and released many advanced AI models in open source format. Because of China's open source move, the US companies are also releasing more open source models for emerging markets without too much resources. Actually, the open source models are very useful for their start of their AI journey.
And that may also be a step toward UN Secretary General Antonio Guterres' shared vision, one where technology serves humanity, not the other way around. Mark New, CGTN, San Francisco.